Now there's many ways to make a hollandaise sauce and there's loads of great recipes out there, but I'm going to show you a more traditional way where you make a hollandaise reduction before you make the hollandaise sauce. And to do that, take a saucepan and place in 150 millilitres of white wine vinegar. Take one banana shallot, top and tail it, cut it in half and remove the skin. And then finely slice each half and add it into the vinegar. Drop in 1 to 2 sprigs of thyme and 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns. Place the pan over the heat and bring it to a boil. Reduce it down until you're left with half the amount of liquid. Pass the hollandaise reduction through a sieve and discard the shallots, peppercorns and thyme. Leave the reduction to cool before we use it. If you want to skip the hollandaise reduction completely, that's absolutely fine, and you can just add in 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar or lemon juice instead. Place 2 egg yolks into a heat-proof bowl and then add in 1 tablespoon of hollandaise reduction. Whisk them together until fully combined. Next, place a saucepan 1/4 full of water over the heat and bring it to a simmer. And then turn the heat to low and place the egg yolk mixture on top. Keep whisking the egg yolk mixture until it goes double in size, pale and nice and thick. Now you can take this a lot further than you would think. You've got to be careful that the eggs don't scramble here, but if you keep whisking, it shouldn't happen. And if you need to control the temperature a bit more, you can just lift the bowl off the pan and keep putting it back on as and when you need it. But just keep whisking it until it's nice and thick, and you can see that it'll almost hold its shape a little bit. When you reach that stage, take it immediately off the heat, and that's what makes a really stable hollandaise sauce. If you don't get that stage right, there's a good chance that your eggs and butter will split when we come to add the butter. And then I place mine onto a tea towel because I'm going to have to pour with one hand and whisk with the other, and the tea towel just helps keep it in place. But if you've got someone there, ask them to hold the bowl for you and it makes it a lot easier, or ask them to stream in the butter for you. I'm going to gradually add 200 grams of melted butter or clarified butter. This is a clarified butter and I'll show you how to do that in a future video, but melted butter is just fine for this. Clarified butter is more traditional. And again, you need to keep whisking as you're pouring it in until the eggs have fully absorbed all of that butter and it's emulsified into a nice thick sauce. If the sauce becomes too thick, you can add in a few drops of warm water and whisk that in, and that just lets the sauce down a little bit. And it also helps to stabilize the sauce so you can add more butter into it. Keep going until all of the butter is incorporated, and then season it with a good pinch of salt and the juice of half a lemon. Whisk it together and make sure you taste it and adjust the seasoning with either more lemon juice or more salt or a bit of both until it tastes just right. Yep, that tastes just right. I would advise to use the sauce straight away, but if you do want to make it a little bit ahead of time, I wouldn't advise making it more than 2 hours ahead. If you do, place a piece of parchment paper pressed to the surface and this will stop it forming a skin. You can also use cling wrap for this, and then just keep it warm by placing it back over the pan that you used originally with the water in, but make sure it's off the heat this time. Also, when you come to use it, you might need to add a splash of water in just to let the sauce down again and give it a good whisk before you use it.